Creighton, Peter, a team that's really hot. They've got a three-headed monster in Jalen Agnew, Sydney Lamberty, and Audrey Faber.
They certainly do. The good news for the Friars, they are playing at home. If they can stay close, they could make things difficult for Creighton come the fourth quarter.
Officials tonight, Eric Bruton, Angela Lewis, and Mark Resch. As we are underway in Friartown, Creighton controls the tip.
Creighton's starting lineup certainly taller than the Friars. A total of 7 inches, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that depends on the position.
Inch or two at pretty much every spot. Opening three goes begging for the Blue Jays, and Providence can get on the offensive attack for the first time today. Friars led by Yo-Yo Nogic, fourth in the Big East in scoring this season. The Serbian sharpshooter, who Blue Jays certainly can't leave open today.
No, she can heat up, and there she is. She is open.
Steps into a jumper, no good, too much on it. Looking for an offensive rebound, but can't get two hands on it.
You saw how you try to defend Nogic, and that is get in her face, deny that three.
In and out for Sydney Lamberty, a senior who's impressed so much in her 4 years with Creighton. Jim Flannery, head coach of Creighton, said she can pretty much do everything on the court really well. A balanced player to lead Creighton, but right now we're still looking for our first points more than a minute into the game. Nice crossover from Nogic, frees it up, and the floater falls.
Yeah, nice move by Nogic once again, trying to deny the outside shot. Makes the nice little move, nestles it in for two.
Creighton goes right back to Lamberty. Here's Faber. Had the game winner over the weekend against Marquette. Hands it off for Jalen Agnew, who buries the triple.
Yeah, Agnew, same type of shooter. Give her an open look. Majority of the time, she's going to knock it down. Speaking of which,
Nogic looking for the answer, came up short, nothing but air there. And going back to the Blue Jays' last possession, Peter, we mentioned three-headed monster, Lamberty, Agnew, and Faber. On that possession, everybody got a touch. It's so hard to defend when you've got three proven scorers.
Yeah, it's one thing if it's going to a non-shooter, you kind of lay off and help elsewhere. You can't do it when it's into the hands of those three.
Agnew this time uses a pump fake, steps into a jumper, but can't knock it down.
Nice box out by Jolin. You don't need to be tall if you have the position.
At 5'9", Jolin averages 4 rebounds a game. Nyjah Franklin heads to the foul line.
Yeah, nice job there getting the defender up in the air, making the contact, go to the line for two.
Junior only shooting 46% from the line, 23 of 50. But knocks that one down, and we're tied at 3.
Jay, we were talking before we went on the air. The best quarter for Creighton this season is their first quarter. That's the worst quarter for Providence, so very important for the Blue Jays to put some distance between themselves and the Friars.
Yeah, the Friars are minus 82 in the opening 10 minutes. Creighton plus 63. They go right back to Franklin. That's where she was fouled the last time.
Creighton number 9 in the 10-member Big East Conference in defensive rebounds. There they gave one up off of the missed free throw.
Providence can't cash in on the extra possession, though. We stay tied at 3. Risky pass somehow finds its way over the Melman, over the Agnew, and another 3 for the sophomore Jalen Agnew.
That's what makes the Blue Jays so tough. Nice defensive play by the Friars Williams, but still results in a 3 for Agnew.
Back inside to Franklin, working on Bailey Norby. This time a step back, but can't connect. And Jalen Agnew, 2 threes. That is all the scoring Creighton has in this first quarter. Here's Faber on a triple. It's good. Audrey Faber showing off her sharp shot.
Well, you talked about the triple threat, and that's exactly what they have. 3 threes.
And just like that, it's gone from 3-3 to 9-3 here in Providence. Trying to free up Yo-Yo Nogic. Lamberty all over the Serbian. Nice pump fake, gives space. Clara Che, it rolls around but doesn't fall for the Spanish native.
Yeah, if the Friars are going to pull off an upset at home, they need to make those shots.
Faber again leaves it short this time, and a timeout by Jim Crawley. So Providence wants to talk things over. A couple of threes for Creighton, and it's an early lead for the Blue Jays on the road.
This is not a place that stands still. We are a community rooted in faith, nationally recognized for undergraduate research, pushing boundaries in business and healthcare education, and engaging the world. Always striving to be the best in what we do. We are inspired and motivated by our outstanding students who will make their mark on the world. We stand together on the edge of our bold tomorrow, open to incredible new possibilities. This is our passion. This is the Creighton difference.
You have 4 years to help you figure out the meaning of life. Do you realize what a great gift this is?
I think of college as a moment of pilgrimage.
You'll go places you never thought you'd go. You'll meet people you never thought you'd meet. And you will experience things that are so rich that you can hold on to them forever.
When trying to save for the big things in life, we tend to start small. Less of this, cut back on that. But if it feels like a lot of effort for a little gain, change that. Start with something that makes a big difference. Your student loans. Refinancing with SoFi could save you $30,000. It's an easier way to reach your life goals sooner. We've helped over 195,000 people. We want to help you too. Find out how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
Do it, Biggie. Shoot around.
Oh boy.
He didn't get to warm up.
When she looks at the camera and says, "It's my turn."
I don't know. It looks like it's shining bright to me.
What do you guys think? What are my chances here?
I think we're gonna win.
You think I'm gonna win? Who are we kidding?
2017, 2018, stay tuned.
You're in my shot.
Oh.
Because it's my show now.
Oh, okay.
Alongside Peter Gay, I'm Jay Alter. Creighton 9, Providence 3, and Peter early, the triple showing why Creighton is so good on the offensive end. 3 already midway through this first quarter.
Well, they are number 2 in the Big East Conference in three-point shooting at 37.2%. That's not factoring in those 3 threes. Providence is even better at 39%, so the Friars always within striking distance because they can get back 3 at a time.
The difference being so far in this game, Creighton has attempted 6 threes, the Friars only 1. In fact, Providence has only attempted 6 shots, so it's getting in position to take those shots and potentially make them.
Yeah, the Blue Jays defenders doing a nice job having a hand in the face, just being close enough to make it tough for Providence to get off those shots.
As Jim Flannery starts with a full court press. It's excellently broken by Chanel Williams, who is really outstanding in her first year here in Providence. Just a freshman, about 20 minutes a game, 6.5 points and 61 assists in her first campaign. Going down on the block, double teamed at only 5'4", somehow gets the ball up, hoop in the harm, and one down low. And it was a freshman connection. Andrea Cooper lays it in.
Yeah, Williams had to get rid of the ball. She was close to being called for a 3-second violation, dished it off, and then check out the basket by Cooper. Draws the contact, left-handed off the glass and in.
Andrea Cooper completes the three-point play for Providence. We were just talking about threes. That's the old-fashioned way.
It's a lost art.
And if you're Jim Crowley, you have to be happy. 2 freshmen combining to make the play as he continues to build this program in year 2.
Jim Crowley really likes the fact that they scored off of the timeout.
Creighton, only 5 seconds to shoot. They get it to Agnew, tries a 3, blocked. Williams got a piece of it, and now Providence can break quickly.
Yeah, Williams, nice job. Not the tallest player on the court, but able to get a finger on that would-be shot.
Cross-court pass. Williams steps into a jumper, off the mark. Gets her own rebound, but then loses the handle. Temi Sarda looking underneath. Great pass in the finish there from Allie Green.
Well, there's a perfect example of great officiating. There was contact, but it had no impact on the play, so you let them play. No advantage gained by the Friars.
Underneath, but can't get it to drop. That was right back to Cooper there for the Friars. Creighton with a 5-point lead, 4 minutes left in this first quarter. Plenty of space for Allie Green. And they get it to Lamberty. 10 seconds on the shot clock. 5'10" point guard setting up the play. Underneath, in and out of the hands of Allie Green, but a great pass look from Lamberty.
It was a good pass, but it was a little late, and therefore had to come with a little more velocity. On the initial cut, if she just lobs one in, it's an easy two. And you can tell Green is one of those players the Friars will lay off. They'll let her take the outside shot.
Audrey Faber denying the ball to Clara Che. Cooper takes it herself, hard to the hole, and lays it in. Andrea Cooper having a great afternoon so far.
Well, she is only a freshman, and that's one of the reasons Jim Crowley was looking at her to make an impact on this program, not only this year, but certainly in the future.
Andrea Cooper's battled injuries this season, now finally back healthy, and certainly looks it early in this game. Lamberty off the pick. There's the roll. And right off the rim, nearly halfway down, but it doesn't roll in for Kylie Brown. Providence in a one-possession game can tie with a three. Nogic, great spin move, and cashes in for two.
Well, she's known as an outside shooter, but on that move right there, I mean, how do you stop that?
That's something that the Serbian has really added to her game. Not just a pick and pop shooter now. That's a great take to cut this Blue Jays lead to 1. Back and forth we go here in Providence. Another great defensive stop for the Friars, pushing the tempo. Hesitation in the lane, and it falls.
Well, as a coach, you don't always like to see a player go 1-on-2. But Jolin had the angles, was actually looking for a possible three-point play, did not get it, but did get the deuce.
Maddie Jolin has given the Providence Friars a lead in this game, 12-11. No good from three.
5th rebound for Jolin.
Continuing to push it. Cooper again in the post, up and under. Lefty scoop to the hoop, falls for the freshman, Andrea Cooper.
Which team is 2-11 in the Big East, and which is 8-5?
Faber. The answer no good. Battle for the board, and a foul called over the back on Kylie Brown. Providence has come alive after the Jim Crawley timeout. It's an 8-0 run for the Friars.
Yeah, that was a great timeout by Crowley. I saw Providence earlier in the season. They weren't boxing out the way they are tonight. Jolin is a very good rebounder. She's not the tallest player on the court, but always gets position, and Nogic there had the position and ended up drawing the foul.
Foul called on the floor. 1:17 left in this first quarter.
Che for the Friars was lucky that one was called, because after the contact was made, she had the arm bar pushing out, trying to create some room.
Che now the inbounder for Providence. There's Nogic. Working on Agnew. Step back, tough contested shot. Battle for the board, won by Creighton. Faber breaks for the Blue Jays. A look inside, Bailey Norby, 6'2" senior, has a couple of inches on Cooper. Great ball reversal and a foul called on Maddie Jolin. Came in with a little too much speed to deny the shot.
Well, there's a case I talked about, advantage gained. That time on the contact, the Friars did gain an advantage because it slowed down what would have been a drive to the basket.
Agnew's got 6 of Creighton's 11. Faber a 3. No good. Short. Providence, you said it's usually Creighton's quarter in this first quarter, and yet the Friars leading by 3. 40 seconds left in it. Clara Che, tough take on Faber. Kick out Maddie Jolin. 4 to shoot. Spiewak's got a hustle in the lane. Erratic shot. Offensive rebound, but the shot clock did not reset.
Yeah, very close to grazing the rim there, but the official in perfect position deciding no, it did not.
So Providence can hold for 1. 17 seconds remaining in this first quarter. You have to imagine Agnew or Faber will get the look. Those two have combined for 9 out of the Blue Jays' 11. Lamberty actually takes it with 3 seconds left in the first quarter clock, and Providence wisely just holds the ball and says, we'll take the lead into the second quarter. Friars leading by 3, 14-11, and it's been defense, defense, defense. 0 points from Creighton in the last 4.5 minutes.
This is not a place that stands still. We are a community rooted in faith, nationally recognized for undergraduate research, pushing boundaries in business and healthcare education, and engaging the world, always striving to be the best in what we do. We are inspired and motivated by our outstanding students who will make their mark on the world. We stand together on the edge of our bold tomorrow, open to incredible new possibilities. This is our passion. This is the Creighton difference.
You have 4 years to help you figure out the meaning of life. Do you realize what a great gift this is?
I think of college as a moment of pilgrimage.
You'll go places you never thought you'd go. You'll meet people you never thought you'd meet. And you will experience things that are so rich that you can hold on to them forever.
Love your dress. I got it on sale for $200, but it's more like $415 since I haven't paid off that credit card yet.
That dinner was insane.
Not as insane as us spending another $173 on it this year.
New laptop? Nice.
Thanks. And with credit card interest, I'll spend an extra $1,900 on it.
No one wants to pay more for, well, anything. With a SoFi personal loan, you can lower your interest rates and pay off debt sooner. Find out more at SoFi.com.
Love your dress.
Big cities. Big names. Big legacies. Big sisters and brothers. Big ideas. Big expectations. Big stage. Big results. That's the Big East way.
10 minutes played here in Friartown. Providence controlling a lead against a red-hot Creighton team standing in 4th in the Big East. It's 14-11. He's Peter Gay. I'm Jay Alter. Peter, what's been the success for the Friars so far?
Well, first of all, they are not giving up a lot of second chance opportunities. We talked at the start of this game that Creighton is the bigger team. You would never know that. Maddie Jolin has 8 rebounds. Her high for the season is 9. That was in a non-league game earlier in this season. She had one other time where she had 8. I mean, she's been a force. If Creighton's going to win this game, they need to do a better job cleaning up the glass.
And you look at Jolin, only 5'9", and yet has 8 out of the 10 rebounds. I mean, look, she's running the point right now, and yet 80% of the rebounds have come from number 21, the junior.
I actually had the chance to call some of her games in high school. She is one of the most intellectual players you will see.
Friars start with the ball in this second quarter, leading by 3. Clara Che in traffic, doesn't matter, gets it to go in the paint.
You know, Providence this afternoon, I almost said tonight, this afternoon, is not settling for those open shots. give them credit. They're taking it right to the Blue Jays.
Jalen Agnew trying to get something going for Creighton. She had 2 threes in the first quarter. Tough take, Temi Sarda right down the lane and an easy scoop to the hoop for the reigning Big East Freshman of the Week.
Yeah, Sarter getting the angle on Shea. At that point, not much Clara could do.
Teams trading baskets to open the second quarter. Jolin trying to get into the offensive act. That doesn't fall. They go right back to Sarda. In the post with Bailey Norby. Agnew on the drive, taking it right to Jolin, and a foul called. So after a couple of threes, you can fool a couple of players on the pump fake, and it was actually Spiewak. They both have a little pink in their hair. Easy to be fooled.
I spoke to Maddie Jolin before the game. I said, what's with the pink? And she said, I thought it was pink out day or something, not realizing it was actually last night.
Oh, was it really?
And apparently Spiewak thought the same.
That's so funny. A day late and $1 short. Providence leading by 2. Make it 1 after the foul shot, 16-15, a minute and a half into the second quarter. Hand check called on Sarda.
And once again, hats off to the officials. Jolin was very close to a palming violation, which had the official not called the foul on the contact, he would have had to have called the turnover on Providence. Big East officials among the best in the nation, and that's a good case why. Or a good point why.
Chanel Williams back into the game, the freshman out of the Bronx, running the point right now for Providence. Friars leading by 1. Taking it herself into the post, off the glass for 2. All 5'4" of Chanel Williams going to work inside.
If she's 5'4", I'm 6'8".
Well, she plays like she's 6'8". A lot of spunk out of the Bronx. Foul inside the other way. Audrey Faber into the paint.
Boy, this is a tough call against Cooper. I thought on the end line, just inside the three-point circle, Faber created room for herself by pushing off with the forearm. That created the space to allow her to drive inside.
Faber used a similar move at the end of the Marquette game. Creighton was trailing by 2, 73-71, just 4 seconds to go. Faber drove it into the lane, got the contact and the basket, and the three-point play gave Creighton the win on the road. Converts both foul shots there, so it's back to a 1-point lead for Providence. Williams, they give Chanel Williams a lot of space. And you see Faber gets the assignment on Williams, does not matter. 8-inch height advantage for Faber, but Williams back-to-back buckets for Providence.
You may be taller than me, but you're not as quick as me.
And there's a toughness factor too. A lot of people would be a little gun-shy to go up against Faber at 6'2", but not Chanel Williams, who, by the way, is a freshman.
You're too young to remember, but years ago when the New England Patriots played at, who knows what it was called back then, Foxborough, Schaefer, Sullivan Stadium, Patriots had a player, Matt Herron. He was the smallest player in the NFL, yet, man, he was tough and would take it right to you.
Talk about taking it right to you. Yo-Yo Nogic, and this Providence lead is up to 5, 22-17.
And once again, taking it to Creighton as opposed to relying on the outside shot.
And that hasn't been the offensive theme for Providence this season. Usually it's reversing the ball, getting threes. Instead, it's been taking it to you. And how about Chanel Williams showing off the moves? 3, it's good! Nogic in transition. Yo-Yo Nogic for the Friars. The handoff from Williams. And the freshman, she knew it right when she passed it, huh?
I guarantee you, Jay, when Providence College is at their banquet and looks at their highlight video, that will be the marquee play.
An 8-point lead for Providence against the number 4 team in the Big East, Creighton. Denied by Jolin. And a foul called
on Creighton.
On Creighton, going the other way. I was waiting for the official call there.
Yeah, Jolin deflected the pass inside and then deflected the second. And apparently some frustration on the part of the Blue Jays. This is not their best quarter. Second quarter is Creighton's worst of the season, or worst of the game throughout the season. The only quarter they are negative compared to their opponents.
Providence outscoring Creighton 11-6 in the second quarter. A travel called on Yo-Yo Nogic. But I like the consistency to keep taking it to the basket fearlessly rather than settling for threes from Nogic today.
Yeah, it's been very effective. And what I like about it, and you mentioned it when I first walked into the gym, the minutes some of the Creighton players logged throughout the course of the game. There's a three.
Temi Sarda right on cue to bring Creighton within 5.
But if you allow players who are on the floor for 36 minutes a game to just stand and defend the outside shot as opposed to always be defending inside, it will take its toll.
Yeah, Lamberty averaging 38 minutes a game. Agnew with 36, Faber with 36. So as the season, midway through February turns to March, those minutes start to add up, wear and tear. Agnew, great pump fake, steps into a jumper and knocks it down.
Nice soft touch. That one just nestled to the bottom of the net.
So a quick 5-0 run for the Blue Jays cuts this Friars lead to 3 midway through the second quarter. Off the ball foul. Jalen Agnew called for a shove on Andrea Cooper. Cooper with 7 points, so you don't want to give her anything easily. The Friars impressing it home, a 3-point lead over a Creighton team that came into today as one of the hottest teams in the conference.
This is not a place that stands still. We are a community rooted in faith, nationally recognized for undergraduate research, pushing boundaries in business and healthcare education, and engaging the world, always striving to be the best in what we do. We are inspired and motivated by our outstanding students who will make their mark on the world. We stand together on the edge of our bold tomorrow, open to incredible new possibilities. This is our passion. This is the Creighton difference.
You have 4 years to help you figure out the meaning of life. Do you realize what a great gift this is?
I think of college as a moment of pilgrimage.
You'll go places you never thought you'd go. You'll meet people you never thought you'd meet. And you will experience things that are so rich that you can hold on to them forever.
When trying to save for the big things in life, we tend to start small. Less of this, cut back on that. But if it feels like a lot of effort for a little gain, change that. Start with something that makes a big difference. Your student loans. Refinancing with SoFi could save you $30,000. It's an easier way to reach your life goals sooner. We've helped over 195,000 people. We want to help you too. Find out how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
Together on 3, 1, 2, 3. Together! And you are playing for each other, and that's how you win championship. And that is what's going to take us to the top. We have to rely on each other, and we just do this together.
This is who we are.
Conquer the challenge, but you're only going to do it together.
Let's get it on 3, y'all. 1, 2, 3.
We know what to do. Now the fun part. We get to go do it.
Let's go.
1, 2, 3.
Together.
That's the Big East way. The Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
Midway through the second quarter as we welcome you back to Alumni Hall on the campus of Providence College. Friars leading 25-22. He's Peter Gay. I'm Jay Alter. And Peter, Providence leading a really good Creighton team in large part because they've deviated from the normal script this season.
Yeah, when you come into a game against Providence, you know you have to defend the 3. And we are 1 second into the second part of the second quarter, and the Friars have only attempted 3 3-pointers. Jay, this is the fourth time this season that Providence, fourth time this season, Providence has come into a game having lost 2 in a row. They are 3-1 in that next game.
Very good stat, and playing with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. And it's been effective. 3-point lead as plays back underway. Friars have the basketball. Nogic has a step on Agnew, uses it nearly in and out for the junior. Temi Sarda, the Big East Freshman of the Week this past week, has been a big part of the Creighton offense so far today. Open for 3, right on cue. Another triple from Temi Sarda, and we're tied at 25 between Creighton and Providence.
She has an interesting release, does like a little bunny hop before she fires up the 3.
Jim Flannery said when he recruited Sarda, he knew she could bring it immediately on the defensive end, but has been really impressed about how well she's adjusted her game offensively. And Providence fires right back in front. Kira Spiewak, open jumper, and buries it.
The only bad thing about that shot, another 5 inches would have been worth an extra point.
Faber looking for that extra point. No good. Audrey Faber, so good against that Marquette game last week. 16 points, 8 rebounds. She's been off so far today, only 1 for 6. This time Faber elects not to shoot. Creighton goes into the post and now back out to Sarda. Sarda, this time into the lane, guarded tightly by Spiewak. The shot clock did not reset. Creighton's got to go quickly. 2 on the timer, 3 from Agnew, and Jalen Agnew hits it as the shot clock expires from 3. Creighton back in front.
Yeah, huge possession that time for Creighton. Very close to a 30-second shot clock violation. They end up with the 3.
Nogic the answer. Yo-Yo Nogic drains her second triple of the afternoon.
As you can see, Nogic does not need a lot of room to get off that shot.
Norby inside, and we're back tied at 30. Bailey Norby going into the post on that one.
As good as the 3 was for Nogic, you need to play better defense than that.
Clara Che trapped in the corner. Friars reversing the ball here. Into the post and a travel first called on Nyasia Franklin.
You know, you'll see a lot of times players make shots with their opposite hand. I don't know if you noticed there, Jolin threw that pass with her opposite hand.
It's been a great afternoon for Maddie Jolin. 8 rebounds in
9.
that first quarter, up to 9 now.
Yeah, she's matched her season high. That was, I believe, against Brown University in a non-league game.
We've still got a lot of basketball left, too. Sydney Lamberty still scoreless. It's so rare. She averages nearly 12 points a game and 7 rebounds for this Creighton team. Providence has done an excellent job on her. Sarda left open again and makes the Friars pay. The freshman Temi Sarda with her 3rd triple.
Wow. It's the only thing I can say, wow.
Clara Che, hesitation, steps into it and knocks it down. Clara Che, there's your answer.
Friars at 51.9% overall, 47.8% for Creighton. And these teams are playing pretty good defense.
Yeah, but fun back and forth. Both teams brought their A game today. You have to in the Big East. 5 to shoot. Faber on the drive, leaves it short again. Audrey Faber shooting 1 for 7 today. Clara Che barking orders. 15 to shoot for the Friars. 45 seconds left in the first half. That's a deep 3. Vamos! Clara Che with a huge triple to fire the Friars in front.
That was big for a couple of reasons. Not only the 3 on the board, but Providence will get one more possession.
2 seconds separate that shot clock from the game clock, and that's a clutch shot from the junior from Spain. Lamberty just dribbling down this shot clock on Chanel Williams. There's the pick. Too long. Lamberty gets her own rebound. Out to Sarda. No good from 3. Still 2 seconds left. Does Creighton recognize it? The Blue Jays don't. And Providence clings on to a 2-point lead after 20 minutes.
Sydney Lamberty, I'm not sure she knew how much time was left, because when she got that ball, there were 2 seconds left. She had time for a quick little turnaround, opted for the pass, and as a result, no shot.
Jim Crowley controlling a 2-point lead over Creighton as we enter halftime. We'll be back. Second half action, a tight one on the Big East Digital Network.
When trying to save for the big things in life, we tend to start small. Less of this, cut back on that. But if it feels like a lot of effort for a little gain, change that. Start with something that makes a big difference. Your student loans. Refinancing with SoFi could save you $30,000. It's an easier way to reach your life goals sooner. We've helped over 195,000 people. We want to help you too. Find out how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save. When trying to save for the big things in life, we tend to start small. Less of this, cut back on that. But if it feels like a lot of effort for a little gain, change that. Start with something that makes a big difference. Your student loans. Refinancing with SoFi could save you $30,000. It's an easier way to reach your life goals sooner. We've helped over 195,000 people. We want to help you too. Find out how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
We are less than 1 month away from the Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena in Chicago. It's Wednesday. Faith Woodard, Jay Alter with you as always to talk Big East Women's Basketball. Season is flying by. The week's just not stopping. What are your takes in the final month? We are less than 1 month away from the Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena in Chicago. It's Wednesday. Faith Woodard, Jay Alter with you as always to talk Big East Women's Basketball. Season is flying by. The week's just not stopping. What are your takes in the final month as teams prepare for that tournament in Wintrust Arena? And really, the standings start to crystallize, and we're getting who's going to be at the top and who's going to be at the bottom.
I just say bring it. I mean, it's crunch time. Just do whatever you can. Perfect those defensive schemes. Get in the gym for those extra shots and get it done.
Faith says bring it. Well, guess what? They brought it over the weekend. Top 5 plays. We've got some good ones coming up here to start the show. We start at number 5. Great game in Philadelphia. Drama late. Georgetown and Villanova. Hoyas, they swing it to Michaela Venzen. Give me all 3 of these. This is deep. Woo! Woo!
Here's that quick release.
That cuts it to 2. Villanova clings and wins this game by 1, 68-67. Number 4. DePaul, one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the country. Here's why. Tic-tac-toe passing for the Blue Demons for another triple. Number 3, defense turning into offense. Best way to score, right, Faith?
Yes, for sure. I mean, look at those hands getting in that passing lane and just getting out there for that easy bucket.
If you liked that at number 3, you'll definitely like this at number 2. Seton Hall doing the exact same thing. Reading the eyes like a cornerback on a quarterback in football, passing back, and then the and one finish. A little bit of everything there. Seton Hall stormed back to beat Butler at home. Great win for Tony Bozzella and the Pirates. Number 1, 4 seconds to go. Audrey Faber, Creighton down 2. Hoop in the harm. That ties it at 73 with 2 seconds left. Faber would win it from the foul line. Ton of drama this week.
I know. I mean, that shot from Faber, left-handed shots are like crazy, and she got that last-minute bucket. Kudos.
Was that off limits in the Faith Woodard playbook?
I mean,
lefty layup?
Left-handed shots are always tough, but I feel like I got it. I feel like I got it my senior year.
We will be joined by the Creighton superstar in a couple of minutes. That's a big win for the Blue Jays against a Marquette team that we know is really talented.
For sure. I mean, top 25 RPI, getting that win under their bucket is just that was huge. So.
All right, let's see our top 5 storylines this week on our Wednesday edition of the Big East Women's Basketball Show. With that loss to Marquette, DePaul now stands alone at the top of the Big East standings.
Yeah, I can definitely see why DePaul is up there vying for that #1 spot because, you know, they've just been playing really good basketball all this season long. They haven't really lost too many games in the Big East, but, you know, DePaul's just one of those teams that's always tough to play against because they just have that good coaching from Bruno. They have great players like Coleman and Campbell and Marte Graves who just bring so much to DePaul basketball. And they're one of those teams that you always have to buy in and be ready to play because they're going to bring it night in, night out.
Seemingly, the Blue Demons under head coach Doug Bruno just find a way to grind out results in this Big East women's basketball regular season and somehow end up close to or at the #1 spot.
Yeah, it's every year for them. And I would be really shocked to see DePaul like 5 years from now at the bottom of the Big East because for a while now they've always been at the top.
It's consistency. That's the biggest thing of the DePaul Blue Demons program, and they are #1. All right, point number 2 this week. You got to love what St. John's has done lately. The Red Storm going back to the Joe Tartamella roots. He loves to coach defense, and they held both Butler and Xavier to under 40 points in 40 minutes. Impressive on the defensive end.
Yeah, one of the things that we used to say at Georgetown is if you hold a team under 50 points, you're going to be in a good position to win that ball game, and that's exactly what they did. Xavier and Butler, they not only held them under 50 points, but they held them to like 38, 37 points. That's unheard of. So, I mean, they just played really good basketball this weekend.
And this was a busy week for the St. John's Red Storm. Head coach Joe Tartamella and star sophomore guard Andrea Adams, they somehow, some way, found a way to get back to Minnesota this week. Andrea Adams getting her number 15 retired in a suburb outside Minneapolis, Como Park. More than 3,000 points.
Ooh.
Golly.
3,000 points, that is crazy. I mean, I got 2,000 in high school, but
2,000.
3,000 is like,
add an extra.
You are a baller, for real.
Well-deserved. Congratulations, Andrea. That is an achievement. That number 15 will hang there in Como Park for a long, long time. How'd they get to Minnesota?
I don't know.
You're playing Butler and Xavier at Carnesecca. You get 2 wins. Hop on the plane.
That is dedication. That just shows how good of a player she is because that's dedication right there.
Also having a good weekend here on the East Coast, the Seton Hall Pirates, a 2-0 weekend. And boy, Kwani Jackson, she has really elevated her game and is leading the Pirates up those Big East standings.
Yeah, when they played against St. John's a while back, one of the things I talked to her in an interview was she really worked on her outside jumper this offseason. So a jump shot is the hardest shot to guard, and she just really perfected that this offseason. So you can just see that she's really added dimensions to her game. She puts the ball on the floor really quick, gets to the rim really well, so she's playing good basketball.
And when we look at Seton Hall and St. John's, these are teams that a week ago were tied at 5-6, below 500, and now both are 7-6 after 2-0 weekends. That's exactly what you have to do to climb up this really tough Big East women's basketball standings, and they're doing it.
Yeah.
They had those home games. You have to take advantage of the home games, and both Joe Tartamella and Tony Bozzella's team did just that.
For sure. Couldn't agree more.
And boy, I'm already licking my lips. That's going to be an excellent matchup on Fox Sports 2, Friday night, February 16th, St. John's Seton Hall. Always a battle between those two. All right, let's keep it rolling on our top 5 things you need to know in the world of Big East women's basketball. We showed you in the top 5 plays. This was game of the weekend up there with Creighton and Marquette. Villanova, just a 1-point win against Georgetown.
I know. I mean, I'm so sad to see the Hoyas lose. But, you know, Villanova is just an awesome team. They have that, you know, great coaching from Harry. And one of the things that really stands out about Villanova's basketball, they have so many scorers on their team. Balanced scoring is always what gets it done for them. Of course, Georgetown had good scoring from Michaela Vincent and Deanna White, but Villanova just really came to play. So,
do you have a favorite Villanova-Georgetown memory from your time playing them?
Man, it was just always tough playing against
Villanova.
Villanova.
Close games, dramatic.
It was always close games, and whenever we beat Villanova, I mean, you should have seen it. Screaming in the locker room, just really excited. So, it was always good.
All right, let's move on to our number 1 thing you need to know. You saw the top play earlier. Audrey Faber, superstar, clutch gene. a three-point play the old-fashioned way, wins it against Marquette on the road. When you talk about resumes in the NCAA tournament, this is a critical one for Creighton that's currently building their case.
For sure. If they ever, they of course have aspirations of going to the tournament. And one of the ways to do that is beating just teams who are already ranked, have that high RPI, because this is what the NCAA looks at. What is your scoring margin? Who have you beat? And so beating Marquette was really a clutch win for them. And this was a tough game, and Aubrey Faber really got it done.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's not an easy position to be in. You're down 73-71, only 4 seconds on the clock. Most coaches would say, all right, if we can get this to overtime, that's a win.
Right.
Well, Audrey Faber did that and more. But another fun edition of the Big East Women's Basketball Show. We will see you next week to break it all down once again. Thanks for joining us.
This is not a place that stands still. We are a community rooted in faith, nationally recognized for undergraduate research, pushing boundaries in business and healthcare education, and engaging the world. Always striving to be the best in what we do. We are inspired and motivated by our outstanding students who will make their mark on the world. We stand together on the edge of our bold tomorrow, open to incredible new possibilities. This is our passion. This is the Creighton difference.
You have 4 years to help you figure out the meaning of life. Do you realize what a great gift this is?
I think of college as a moment of pilgrimage.
You'll go places you never thought you'd go. You'll meet people you never thought you'd meet. And you will experience things that are so rich that you can hold on to them forever.
As Creighton runs out onto the court, Providence joins them. Friars controlling a 2-point lead. 20 minutes down, 20 to go. He's Peter Gay. I'm Jay Alter. Let's catch you up on the 20 minutes. It was exciting back and forth action, Peter.
Yeah, and from the Friars, it was not all three-point shooting. Here, Ivana Nogic hitting the 2. Jalen Agnew, this is what makes her so dangerous. Not bad defense, buries the 3. A little bit later, Williams almost with the steal. They set up Agnew. Guess what? 3 more. She had 13 in the first half. Struggling from the outside, Audrey Faber. That was the only 3 she made. 1 of 5 from the field. Jokic again, not on the 3, but on the end line hits. She had 12. Look at Williams, smallest player on the court that banks home 2. And then the pass. Check out the dribble behind her back. Finds Nogic from 22 feet. Nothing but net. But then heating it up just before the end of the half, Tammy Sarda, a 3-pointer wide open in the corner. And then Clara Che. Providence only took 5 3-pointers. This was 1 of 3. And you can see how badly the Friars want this one. Che rejoicing, giving her club a 2-point lead.
Love that emotion from Clara Che. Her Friars leading by 2, 35-33 to score. We'll be back. Second half action coming your way on the Big East Digital Network.
This is not a place that stands still. We are a community rooted in faith, nationally recognized for undergraduate research, pushing boundaries in business and healthcare education, and engaging the world. Always striving to be the best in what we do. We are inspired and motivated by our outstanding students who will make their mark on the world. We stand together on the edge of our bold tomorrow, open to incredible new possibilities. This is our passion. This is the Creighton difference.
You have 4 years to help you figure out the meaning of life. Do you realize what a great gift this is?
I think of college as a moment of pilgrimage.
You'll go places you never thought you'd go. You'll meet people you never thought you'd meet. And you will experience things that are so rich that you can hold on to them forever.
When trying to save for the big things in life, we tend to start small. Less of this, cut back on that. But if it feels like a lot of effort for a little gain, change that. Start with something that makes a big difference. Your student loans. Refinancing with SoFi could save you $30,000. It's an easier way to reach your life goals sooner. We've helped over 195,000 people. We want to help you too. Find out how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
Do it, Biggie. Shoot around.
Oh, boy.
He didn't get to warm up. But she looks at the camera and says, "It's my turn."
I don't know. It looks like it's shining bright to me.
What do you guys think? What are my chances here?
I think we're gonna win.
You think I'm gonna win? Who are we kidding?
2017, 2018, stay tuned.
You're in my shot.
Oh.
Because it's my show now.
Oh, okay.
We've got a great one cooking in Friartown. Providence leading Creighton 35-33. Second half action about to begin alongside Peter Gay. I'm Jay Alter. Peter, what stuck out to you in the first 20 minutes that Providence can carry in to the second half?
Well, the fact that they did not play a typical Providence offense, setting up off screens the three-point shots. They're taking it right to a bigger Creighton team. Not only that, they were effective 53.6% from the field. From three-point range, 60%.
Creighton gets us started. Here's Sydney Lambert. He was held scoreless in the first half, usually averages 12 points a game. Jim Flannery calls it the most consistent player in the entire conference, and Creighton loses the handle on their first possession. Providence defensively picking up right where they left off.
Well, that's what makes Jolin such a good player. She realized exactly what Faber was doing and swallowed up what would have been the pass. Nogic hits for two.
Yo-Yo's been pulling the strings this afternoon. Another bucket for the Serbian. 4-point lead for Providence right out of the gate in this third quarter. Agnew on the drive, uses the window for two.
Yeah, nice job by Agnew. She took it right to Jolin, able to kiss it off the glass.
Chanel Williams, the freshman, they give her a lot of space on the offensive end. Tried a floater, it did not fall. Audrey Faber, we mentioned Lamberty with 0. Faber only with 5 on 1 of 6 shooting. Look inside, Norby missed the layup, and Jolin with a head of steam.
All Jim Flannery could do was shake his head. That play was set up perfectly. And then the Friars, Franklin stepping on the end line. I've been told by an official, it's not a baseline. I said,
it's an end line.
It's an end line. Well, everyone calls it a baseline. So if you're asking why we're calling it an end line and not a baseline, we're trying to be correct.
So the question for Creighton offensively, I was going to say was, can you get Lamberty and Faber going? I guess not if Jalen Agnew continues the afternoon she's having. 17 points for the sophomore. Wow.
What's interesting about the first few possessions for Creighton, they are doing what Providence did in the first half. That's taking it inside.
Picked off, that's Chanel Williams. Here's the freshman from the Bronx, 3-on-2. Jolin a 3, it's good. Maddie Jolin has the Friars up 3.
You can tell Jolin is hobbling. That's something she's been dealing with all season long. I think it was Jolin who had the tip that resulted in the steal.
Battling through it. Lamberty the answer. Good time for her first bucket of the day. Sydney Lamberty back tied at 40.
This is like one of those old-fashioned heavyweight fights. Punch, 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 punch. What will happen come round? Well, now they only fight 12. Years ago, it was round 15.
Well, we're about in what, round 7 right now? 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Plenty of time. Clara Che drains a 3.
Are you kidding me? Kind of falling to her left side in the corner. Knocks it home.
That's her second triple. This is a lot of fun. Just two teams expressing themselves on the offensive end. Lamberty feeling confident after a triple, goes in for a layup there, but leaves it short. Foul on the rebound. There's some toughness today from Providence.
I've seen Providence a few times this season. This is probably the third or fourth time. This is the most hungry I have seen them look. That's not to say they just roll over normally, but they're taking it to a different level this afternoon.
Into the post with Nyasha Franklin. Great post move there, taking advantage of Allie Green and using the left for two.
Out of fairness to Green, not too many times you see a player spin to the left, and that's exactly what happened off the glass for two.
Agnew, the leading scorer with 17 points. 10 seconds left to shoot. Sarda blocked by Franklin. The Providence defense has been terrific this afternoon. Now can they cash in on the offensive end? And after the block, Nyasha Franklin has come up limping after a great defensive effort, makes her way to the sideline.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to pick it up off of the replay. Watch after the block, there's a collision, and right there she got her foot caught up with Sarda's foot. It did not look like a twist as much, maybe kicked in the side of the ankle. I'm not sure, but you can tell she's in a great deal of pain.
Very much so. So Friars without Franklin right now, leading by 5 in the third quarter. Foul called against Creighton. That's the Blue Jays' second of the quarter.
Sarda and her coach Flannery wondering about that call. Looked like Joan was just barreling her way through.
Providence shooting 56% from the floor.
Are you kidding me?
That's what it takes to beat a team like Creighton. Came in beating Marquette on the road, one of the hottest teams in the conference as they've made their way up the Big East standings to number 4. Turnover on the Friars gives it right back to Creighton.
That's one of the things that's really a shame about this Providence program. Yeah, they only have 2 wins in the Big East Conference, and that might be why they don't draw a lot of fans, but this team really feeds off of that as Faber knocks down another 3. I'd love to see this Friar team with a packed alumni hall.
Creighton getting back into it after that Faber 3. Providence still leading by a deuce. Williams she can dribble all over the court. Always keeps it on that right hip. Double team came on Nogic. Williams fires a 3, no good. Offensive rebound gives a second chance for Providence.
Yeah, the rebound was pulled in by Cooper, but it was kept alive by Jolin.
Jolin already with 10 rebounds, a season high. Guarded by Sarda. Williams in the post. A foul or a double dribble. They rule it a double dribble. Another media timeout midway through this third quarter. Providence still clinging to a 2-point lead over Creighton.
This is not a place that stands still. We are a community rooted in faith, nationally recognized for undergraduate research, pushing boundaries in business and healthcare education, and engaging the world, always striving to be the best in what we do. We are inspired and motivated by our outstanding students who will make their mark on the world. We stand together on the edge of our bold tomorrow, open to incredible new possibilities. This is our passion. This is the Creighton difference.
You have 4 years to help you figure out the meaning of life. Do you realize what a great gift this is?
I think of college as a moment of pilgrimage.
You'll go places you never thought you'd go. You'll meet people you never thought you'd meet. And you will experience things that are so rich that you can hold on to them forever.
When trying to save for the big things in life, we tend to start small. Less of this, cut back on that. But if it feels like a lot of effort for a little gain, change that. Start with something that makes a big difference. Your student loans. Refinancing with SoFi could save you $30,000. It's an easier way to reach your life goals sooner. We've helped over 195,000 people. We want to help you too. Find out how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
Let's do it, Biggie. Shoot around.
Oh boy.
He didn't get to warm up.
But she looks at the camera and says, "It's my turn."
I don't know. It looks like it's shining bright to me.
What do you guys think? What are my chances here?
I think you're gonna win.
You think I'm gonna win? Who are we kidding?
2017, 2018, stay tuned.
You're in my shot.
Oh.
Because it's my show now.
Oh, okay.
February quickly becoming March, and that means March Madness. You got to get your tickets out in Chicago for the Big East Women's Basketball Tournament, March 3rd through the 6th at the brand new Wintrust Arena. Tickets on sale now. Visit www.DePaulBlueDemons.com. Let's turn our attention back to a really fun one here at Alumni Hall here on the campus of Providence College. Jim Crowley's got his Friars leading by 2, 45-43, 4:37 remaining in the third quarter, alongside Peter Gay. I am Jay Alter. And you said it earlier, Peter, the intensity and the toughness has really been the X factor for the Providence. This is a Creighton team that, as of right now, is, by the bracketologists, in the NCAA tournament field, in the top 4 in the Big East, and yet the Friars leading by 2 here at home.
Let's not forget the Friars have lost their last 2 games by 33 and 34 points respectively.
Wow. Foul underneath on the box out.
Tough call against Nogic here.
Nogic.
Looked like Nogic was boxing out, but whether or not she was holding the Blue Jay.
Open 3 for Faber. Leaves it short again. It's been a tough day from beyond the arc. 2 for 7 from Creighton's best three-point shooter. Another battle on the boards. This time it goes to Creighton off the hands of the freshman Andrea Cooper.
Friars had taken 5 3-point shots in the first half, 2 here in the second half. Both, I believe, by Jolin. Knocked down one, missed that one.
Lamberty all the way to the hoop. Uncontested layup rolls in.
Yeah, Jolin tried to fight through a screen, got no help, and that resulted in the easy lay-in.
Friars without a bucket in the last 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Another turnover there. Creighton can go ahead on this possession. We're tied at 45. How about a 3? Doesn't fall for Sydney Lamberty. After 0 points in the first half, Lamberty playing better has 5.
That last possession for the Friars, Nogic, the little wraparound pass. It was a tough pass, but even if the pass gets in there, your player has no shot. Would have been better off just dribbling right through.
Clara Che eyeing up her options on Jalen Agnew. Tight coverage, passes out of it. Kira Spiewak in the paint, 2 to shoot. Cooper flies, and it's off the glass and in. Right before the timer, Andrea Cooper.
It's been that type of afternoon for the Friars.
2-point lead. Now Creighton's turn to punch back. This has been back and forth all afternoon. Sarda lost the handle. Allie Green's there. It doesn't fall. Second effort. It does.
2 teams that want a victory on a Saturday afternoon.
47-47. Back and forth we go. Nogic guarded by Lamberty. Now a double team. Way over the head of Clara Che, and that's a turnover.
Yeah, Friars are starting to get offensively in a position where there's too much dribbling. It's one thing if you're dribbling and you're going somewhere and there's a lot of movement, but they're just dribbling for the sake of dribbling, and because of it, they're getting caught.
They've almost lacked what made them so effective in the first half, which is the tough takes into the lane. Sarda 3, short. Bounces all the way back to Lamberty. Second effort from Faber. That doesn't fall. Crashing the glass is Spiewak, and a foul called.
Now, although the Blue Jays did not score there, 5 passes as opposed to Providence, dribble, 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 trap, try to make a pass and throw it away. And that's what I meant by too much dribbling.
Under 2 minutes in this third quarter. Knotted at 47 between Creighton and Providence. $15 to shoot for Williams. Pull up, got it! Chanel Williams with a big-time bucket.
Only a freshman.
Really confident performance this afternoon to fire the Friars in front. Agnew, tough take and a foul called. She can tie the game from the line.
Yeah, Williams with the reach in, tried to get the block, got some arm, but actually not a bad foul there because it was a short 2 points without the contact.
Agnew only in her sophomore year for Jim Flannery. So impressive the progression she's made from freshman to year 2. 7 points per game in her first year, now averaging more than 14 points per game and up to 18 points today. And after that foul shot, make it 19, 4 for 4 from the line. And just like that, we're back tied at 49, 1:20 to go in this third quarter.
Not only 4 for 4 from the line, 3 of 4 from three-point range, 6 of 8 overall. That's pretty impressive.
Has definitely picked up the production that we usually see from Faber and Lamberty. Williams again, same spot, this time can't connect.
They did not convert there, but see the difference offensively?
Lamberty off the screen, fouled. They're going to nail Chanel Williams for a reach in as Lamberty was going up with the jumper.
Williams pleading her case, and from here it looked fine, but the official right in front of the Creighton bench had the perfect angle. And that's the difference. Years ago when there were only 2 officials, that call would not have been made.
In and out from Lamberty. Shoots at 84% from the line, so a rare miss. Nogic and Che back into the game. 2 internationals who have been so good in their career for Providence. 2 juniors, Nogic from Serbia, Che from Spain.
Great friends as well.
They've brought some consistency to the program. And Che running the point guard duties with Williams on the bench now. 45 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Che has 2 threes, decides to pass it up though. 15 to shoot for the Friars. Nogic, triple coverage, doesn't matter. Went up with it anyway, but can't get it to go.
You almost wonder if she would have been better off using the glass.
4 seconds separate the shot clock from the third quarter clock.
This is one thing Creighton does very well. We saw it at the end of the second quarter. If they do score or if they don't score, Providence will have little time on their possession.
Faber spinning in the lane. It doesn't fall. And off the leg of Allie Green. So the Friars actually have 4.8 seconds in this third quarter. Chanel Williams checks back into the game. This is plenty of time to run a play and get a good look.
Yeah, see if they try to get a pass up to Nogic. It will certainly come to Williams, if not her. Look for Che to cut, possibly middle.
Into Williams. 3 seconds. Lost the handle, but a foul called. Not a huge deal because that's only the 4th foul in the quarter, so Providence not shooting.
Well, what it does give is Providence a chance to run a play where they catch and shoot.
You have to think Nogic is getting the look here instead. Cooper fires it, uses the window. It does not fall. And so Creighton takes a 1-point lead into the fourth quarter. Back and forth, a Big East battle between the Blue Jays of Creighton and the Providence Friars.
This is not a place that stands still. We are a community rooted in faith, nationally recognized for undergraduate research, pushing boundaries in business and healthcare education, and engaging the world, always striving to be the best in what we do. We are inspired and motivated by our outstanding students who will make their mark on the world. We stand together on the edge of our bold tomorrow, open to incredible new possibilities. This is our passion. This is the Creighton difference.
You have 4 years to help you figure out the meaning of life. Do you realize what a great gift this is?
I think of college as a moment of pilgrimage.
You'll go places you never thought you'd go. You'll meet people you never thought you'd meet. And you will experience things that are so rich that you can hold on to them forever.
Love your dress. I got it on sale for $200, but it's more like $415 since I haven't paid off that credit card yet.
That dinner was insane.
Not as insane as us spending another $173 on it this year.
New laptop? Nice.
Thanks. And with credit card interest, I'll spend an extra $1,900 on it.
No one wants to pay more for, well, anything. With a SoFi personal loan, you can lower your interest rates and pay off debt sooner. Find out more at SoFi.com.
Love your dress.
We've got quite the atmosphere tonight and quite the matchup. The Big East Women's Basketball Trophy awaits.
The team that is more confident tonight will walk away with that Big East trophy.
Haddeman's got a hustle. Lets it fly from half court. Yes!
This is our time. That's the Big East way. The Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
Creighton Blue Jays on the road in a tough battle here in Providence with a 1-point lead as we enter the fourth quarter. He's Peter Gay, I'm Jay Alter. Jim Flannery somewhere in the middle of that Creighton huddle. He turned 53 years old on Thursday in year number 16 with the Blue Jays, and all he wanted for his birthday was a flight to Providence. They were supposed to fly on Thursday. A lot of snow in the Midwest canceled their flight. The game was up in the air. Would they play it Sunday or would they play it as scheduled today? And Coach Flannery got his birthday wish. University chartered 2 small planes to get the team to Providence, but it took 2 planes and a lot of legwork to make this game happen.
And you don't want to make excuses for the Blue Jays, but that uncertainty has to make you wonder just mentally how ready they were for this game. Let's not forget, Marquette would be tied with DePaul right now for the #1 seed in the upcoming Big East tournament. But Creighton upset Marquette at Marquette by 1 point on Sunday. So they couldn't wait to get back into action. And then you're like, well, can we get to Providence? Will we play Saturday? Will we play Sunday? So who knows?
Messes with the psyche for sure. Cooper underneath, passes it out, 5 seconds to shoot. Nogic was caught in a lot of contact, nothing called. She gets up, touching her face, definitely shaken up on that shot. Sarda 3, no good, and Cooper pulls down a big board for the Friars. Well, Creighton's accustomed to playing in close games. 5 of their games this year have wound up in overtime. They're 4-1 in those contests. You mentioned the Marquette game. That was 74-73. So this is the typical weekend grind for the Creighton Blue Jays. Shea on her back foot, can't connect. Battle for the board. It's a jump ball. The possession arrow in favor of the Blue Jays.
Well, the good news for the Blue Jays is the fact that, and if their fans are watching this, he tried to say, this stream, you know they're a very good fourth quarter team. Point differential, a 21-point advantage in the fourth quarter, while the Friars, 22-point disadvantage.
Blocking foul called on the floor. And if you're Creighton, you'd think, despite only being a sophomore, Jalen Agnew's your go-to here. 19 points in this game. Your usual of Faber and Lamberty in the 1-2 punch, only combining for 14 this afternoon.
Faber right now not even on the floor, getting a breather.
And there it is, right to Agnew. Fires a triple and hits it. Jalen Agnew, 4 threes up to 22 points to lead the Blue Jays.
And if you are Creighton, you want to put some distance between yourselves and the Friars. 8-9 point lead going into the last 4 or 5 minutes.
Williams, nice fake, fouled, count the basket. Chanel Williams, hoop in the harm, has a chance to complete the 3-point play from the line.
This is what makes her so dangerous. As I mentioned earlier, 5'4". Boy, not a ton of contact there. Friars will take it, however. Once again, there's an example of the view the end line official had, but the official on the sideline had the perfect view.
Can't complete the three-point play, though, so it stays 53-51.
Creighton fans would say justice prevails.
Back door left open. Agnew, but a give and go with Lamberty. Back to Agnew. This time on the drive, leaves it short. Second chance, draws the foul.
They're going to get Nogic on the foul. Nogic pleading her case, but you're going to see Nogic, although both arms are up. Watch the contact right here by Nogic. Makes the contact with the chest area, and that was enough to throw off the shot by Agnew. Once again, back to officiating. Advantage gained by Nogic, therefore Agnew shoots two.
And Jalen Agnew, perfect from the line so far, 5 for 5. Make it 6 for 6 as that rattles home.
6 for 6, even though you cursed her just then. When you said 5 for 5, I said, she's done. This one doesn't have a chance.
Usually it does work out that way. Williams, that's a tough take with a full head of steam, but too much on it. So Creighton, ball back, leading by 4.
Yeah, if you're Jim Crowley, you love the desire there by Williams, but maybe not the decision making.
Too deep on that triple from Agnew. Jolin's lost the handle. A scrum and a foul called or a timeout. They pointed over to the bench.
Now will be the foul defensively called on, I believe, Elger.
Waiting to the officials sort this out. It was a foul, no timeout called. Maddie Jolin, I mean, talk about just a hustle player. She's stunted on the glass, 14 rebounds, has played a great defensive game, but that's something that doesn't show up in the box score, but gives Providence a big possession here, trailing by 4.
14 rebounds.
Jolin, the perfect assist, doing everything. The junior, Maddie Jolin, and Andrea Cooper, the finish for the Friars.
When I said in the first half she's an intellectual player, that's exactly what I mean. Drives the lane, not looking for her own shot, but knew the teammate would be wide open on the left.
Both ends of the floor really impressive today from the junior. Now has the task of guarding Sydney Lamberty. Passes off to Agnew, in traffic, doesn't get it. Ball loose once again, and guess who's there? Maddie Jolin. Providence can break, trailing by 2. Here's Clara Che. To Nogic, off the window, no good. That would have tied this game up. Instead, Creighton back on possession. 6:30 remaining in this fourth quarter. Nogic ripped it right out of the hands of Allie Green.
Nogic looking like a free safety that time defensively. She knew exactly where that pass was going, was reading the eyes of the passer, and cut it off.
Providence really impressive on the defensive end today.
Patriots could have used her in the secondary last Sunday.
5 to shoot. Andrea Cooper's been excellent, fouled there. It'll head to the line for 2. Cooper already sporting 11 points. The freshman has battled injuries all season long, but this is one of her best days in her first year for the Friars. This is the first. She's already got a career high. Her previous was 8 against Seton Hall, now up to 11.
Yeah, the good news for the Friars, Clara Che checking out in favor of Chanel Williams. Even with that substitution, Friars, all 5 players on the floor right now will be back next year. That hurt, though. Missing both free throws.
Creighton has not had a point in the last 2 minutes. Trying to get something going offensively in this fourth quarter, leading by 2. Here's Jalen Agnew, leading scorer with 24. Fouled before the basket, so wave it off.
Yeah, this is once again a great call by the Big East officiating crew. Agnew looking to get past Spiewak, just enough contact that it slowed things down, and therefore the call. Jolin almost knocking that one out of bounds.
Away by the junior. It'll stay with Creighton. 24 seconds left on, actually 29 seconds on the shot clock. They get it to Sydney Lamberty. Still running the ship. She'd be the first to admit it, not her best game, but still Creighton leading. Backing down Jolin, left it short, and Jolin another rebound. That's 16. She's doubled up what was her previous career high of 8.
It would be a double-double, but she only has 5 points because she's passing so much. Look out!
Yo-Yo Nogic pulling the string from deep, and the Friars up 1.
Was that a 5-pointer? It should have been.
Wow. Just like that, Providence in front. Faber looking for the answer. Lamberty open for 3. No good. That's a tough rebound by Yo-Yo Nogic, too. Providence doing on both ends of the floor right now.
This is a huge possession momentum-wise.
Thought about it instead. The drive, lefty, and somehow it falls. Yo-Yo Nogic is heating up in this fourth quarter. Timeout, Jim Flannery. Creighton has not scored in more than 3 minutes, and the Friars rolling up 3. Come back for the rest of it on the Big East Digital Network.
This is not a place that stands still. We are a community rooted in faith, nationally recognized for undergraduate research, pushing boundaries in business and healthcare education, and engaging the world, always striving to be the best in what we do. We are inspired and motivated by our outstanding students who will make their mark on the world. We stand together on the edge of our bold tomorrow, open to incredible new possibilities. This is our passion. This is the Creighton difference.
You have 4 years to help you figure out the meaning of life. Do you realize what a great gift this is?
I think of college as a moment of pilgrimage.
You'll go places you never thought you'd go. You'll meet people you never thought you'd meet. And you will experience things that are so rich that you can hold on to them forever.
Dress. I got it on sale for $200, but it's more like $415 since I haven't paid off that credit card yet.
That dinner was insane.
Not as insane as us spending another $173 on it this year.
New laptop? Nice.
Thanks. And with credit card interest, I'll spend an extra $1,900 on it.
No one wants to pay more for, well, anything. With a SoFi personal loan, you can lower your interest rates and pay off debt sooner. Find out more at SoFi.com.
Love your dress.
Big cities. Big names. Big legacies. Big sisters and brothers. Big ideas. Big expectations. Big stage. Big results. That's the Big East way.
A back and forth Big East battle here in Friartown. Providence 58, Creighton 55. Alongside Peter Gay, I'm Jay Alter. Down the stretch now, what do you look for to separate these two teams? It's really not much has separated them so far. It's been one punch after another both ways.
Well, we've talked so much about the offense and the fact that Providence, a team that loves the three-pointer, has only taken 9 attempts, while Creighton has taken 27. But it's not offense that will decide this game. It's going to be defense. And, Jay, defense is about one thing, desire. You have to work hard defensively. You have to fight through screens. You have to fight through picks. And you need to keep moving. How bad do you want it? And we talked in the pregame about Creighton. They have to win this game.
If they want to stay in the NCAA tournament picture and in the top 4 of the Big East, absolutely this is a must-win. Trailing by 3. Ending the slide there. Big-time shot for the Blue Jays to claw within 1.
Olivia Elger, the red shirt sophomore, her first basket of the game, and it came at a huge time.
Sweet lefty stroke from Elger. On the other end, Maddie Jolin keeps it at 3 for the Friars, 4 minutes to go.
It's what makes her so tough. Last time she came through the lane, she dished off for an easy basket for a teammate. That time, takes it herself.
Awesome take from Audrey Faber. That's a big player in a tight game, just taking over on that drive.
If I'm either one of the Jims, Flannery or Crowley, I'm saying unless you have a wide open three, possibly off of a set play, I want it going to the hole.
Providence pulls it out. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. The freshman out of the Bronx, Chanel Williams. Friars leading by 1 late. Nogic, 2 to shoot, throws it up, off the mark, and it's Creighton basketball. Jim Crowley's incensed. He thinks this should be Providence basketball.
Well, Nogic.
I thought maybe a shot clock violation because it didn't hit the rim. It right off the end there. Let's see if we can take a replay and a look.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Nogic was saying her shot was blocked, but we'll find out. I guess here, not blocked.
Does that get a piece of the rim? And then it is off Creighton last. If that's what they're looking at, absolutely off Temi Sarda last. My question would be, it's a shot clock violation, and did it hit the rim?
It did appear to hit the side of it the way it went off the backboard.
It's a tough angle the way we're looking at it. We'll step aside. Tight one. Providence 60, Creighton 59.
This is not a place that stands still. We are a community rooted in faith, nationally recognized for undergraduate research, pushing boundaries in business and healthcare education, and engaging the world, always striving to be the best in what we do. We are inspired and motivated by our outstanding students who will make their mark on the world. We stand together on the edge of our bold tomorrow, open to incredible new possibilities. This is our passion. This is the Creighton difference.
You have 4 years to help you figure out the meaning of life. Do you realize what a great gift this is?
I think of college as a moment of pilgrimage.
You'll go places you never thought you'd go. You'll meet people you never thought you'd meet. And you will experience things that are so rich that you can hold on to them forever.
When trying to save for the big things in life, we tend to start small. Less of this, cut back on that. But if it feels like a lot of effort for a little gain, change that. Start with something that makes a big difference. Your student loans. Refinancing with SoFi could save you $30,000. It's an easier way to reach your life goals sooner. We've helped over 195,000 people. We want to help you too. Find out how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
A drama-filled afternoon of Big East women's basketball alongside Peter Gay. I'm Jay Alter. Crunch time now, 3:20 left in this fourth quarter. Providence 60, Creighton 59. You said it to start the broadcast. The Friars looking to play spoiler. Well, 3 minutes and 20 seconds away from doing just that. If you're Creighton, it's not been your best afternoon, but how do you grind out this result?
Well, one of the things we also said was you don't want to let the Friars be in a position that they can steal a win come fourth quarter. The Friars are not only in a position to steal a win, they're up by 1 with 3:18 left. Look for Creighton, though, to go to the big three.
Faber, Lamberty, and Agnew. Here's Jalen Agnew, 2 shy of a career high. On the dribble, fouled, and he'll head to the line.
Yeah, Kira Spiewik is getting beat on the drive. Watch the foot. She's able to get by Spiewik's left foot, and once she has that angle, unless she gets help, it's a cruise sail through the lane.
6 for 6 from the foul line this afternoon. 10 rebounds for Agnew as well, so a double-double. the minutes she has been logging all season long, 36 and a half. She's played 35 tonight, or this afternoon, rather.
I said cruise sail. I meant to say smooth cruise. Be nice being out on the water right now, wouldn't it?
And
60.
Agnew, with that foul shot, ties her career high, which she set in Northern Iowa earlier this season. 26 points, and more importantly, has given Creighton the lead, 61-60. Inside, Nogic, double team, doesn't matter. Tough take on the inside from Yo-Yo.
There haven't been a lot of times this season with the game on the line that Nogic is scoring her points inside, but that's what she's doing this afternoon.
Creighton goes right back to Agnew. This time, Clara Che marking the sophomore. What a smart take. A fake, and it pays off. Temi Sarda, the hesitation all the way to the rim for two, and the Blue Jays have fired themselves in front, 63-62, 2:30 to play.
And as we said, both teams taking it to the hole. They're not going to rely on the outside shooting, and it was Jim Flannery using the timeout there. He has 2 remaining, and you might have heard boom, boom, boom. That was Jim Crowley banging the floor after seeing that ball go through the net.
That was just an excellent take. Everybody thought it would be a handoff to Agnew. Instead, Sarda all the way to the hoop for 2. Now it comes to the defensive end of the floor for the Blue Jays, and really, they have failed to stop Yo-Yo Nogic, and it hasn't just been the 3 ball. We just saw her on her last possession on the inside using that 6'1" frame for 2.
9 lead changes, 8 ties. You get the feeling this one is going to come down to the last possession.
And running the point is the freshman out of the Bronx, Chanel Williams. Trying to free up Nogic, double team comes. Everything falling for the Serbian. Yo-Yo Nogic, back and forth we go like a seesaw, and Providence leading by 1, 2 minutes to play. Lamberty finds Faber, open 3. Big time shot from the junior, Audrey Faber. Timeout taken by Creighton and Jim Flannery. Blue Jays 66-64.
She was 2 of 8 from 3-point range before that one. Nice job squaring up and banging it home. First of all, good inside-outside basketball, but you could see Flannery with the time. She knew it as soon as she released it.
No surprise, in the clutch, Faber has delivered many times this season. Just this weekend, had the game winner against Marquette on the road, and there, she's not shy of the big shot. In fact, she embraces it. And Creighton leading by 2. Now it's Providence's turn to answer.
You get the sense that this is the type of game where Providence has to score here. You have to answer every shot.
You don't want to take too much off the clock, trailing by 2 in case you do miss.
Friars are getting back into that situation where there's just a lot of dribbling.
Che leaves it way short. Jolin battling for the board, and it's Creighton basketball. Maddie Jolin put her body on the floor, and they said her back hit the end line. So Creighton has the basketball.
What do you know, Maddie Jolin hitting the floor.
16 rebounds for the junior. 3 points shy of a double-double. Blue Jays looking for some breathing room. Under 1:30 to play. Dumped inside to Faber. Double team. Here's Agnew with a tie on her career high of 26. 8 to shoot. Elger has to fire. Instead, quickly the Lamberty shot clock violation. Wave off the basket. A second late from Sydney Lamberty. That's a huge defensive stop from the Friars.
It was a huge defensive stop, but I think they also got some help strategically by Creighton, who was trying to limit it, looked like, the touches Providence would get down the stretch. It ended up backfiring. I'm sorry, Jay.
I was just going to say, final minute here in Friartown. A foul called. Wave off that three from Nogic. Boy, dude, Providence fans wish the foul wasn't called. That was a smooth stroke from Nogic.
NBA it would have counted.
Yeah, instead on the floor. So Providence gets a fresh 30. Trailing by 2. What's the call?
Let me see what they're doing. Look for someone to drive inside.
Nogic, she's had the hot hand, 23 points. Fouled call there. And that's the 5th foul, so it sends Yo Nogic to the foul line where she's shooting 95% on the season, 76 of 80.
Nogic looked like she had Cooper on the pick and roll, but Cooper, instead of cutting to the basket, went outside. 95%, as you said, Jay.
Providence's hopes in this game weighing on the shoulders of Yo-Yo Nogic. One more from the line to try and tie it at 66, and she does. Clutch, up to 25 points on the afternoon, the Serbian native. 16 seconds separating shot clock and game clock. Agnew, leading scorer, once again to the hole. It drops. That's a career high for the sophomore Jalen Agnew. And Creighton back up a deuce.
And they scored quickly enough that if the Friars score,
there'll be 2.5 seconds on the clock. Inside, Nogic off her knee. Che keeps it in play. And a timeout taken by Jim Crowley. He's got 3 of them. Might as well use one with only 14 seconds on the shot clock.
A lot of coaches do not like to use timeouts to save a possession, but that time it was a masterful move.
Final couple of seconds, come back for it on the Big East Digital Network. Providence ball trailing by 2.
This is not a place that stands still. We are a community rooted in faith, nationally recognized for undergraduate research, pushing boundaries in business and healthcare education, and engaging the world, always striving to be the best in what we do. We are inspired and motivated by our outstanding students who will make their mark on the world. We stand together on the edge of our bold tomorrow, open to incredible new possibilities. This is our passion. This is the Creighton difference.
You have 4 years to help you figure out the meaning of life. Do you realize what a great gift this is?
I think of college as a moment of pilgrimage.
You'll go places you never thought you'd go. You'll meet people you never thought you'd meet. And you will experience things that are so rich that you can hold on to them forever.
Love your dress. I got it on sale for $200, but it's more like $415 since I haven't paid off that credit card yet.
That dinner was insane.
Not as insane as us spending another $100.
A fun one in Friartown, winding down. 17 seconds left in regulation. Providence trailing by 2. 10 seconds to shoot on the shot clock. A drive from Che, lays it up and in. We're tied at 68. Creighton has a timeout, and Jim Flannery elects to use it. 10.6 seconds left, tied at 68. Creighton with plenty of time on this final possession of regulation, but credit Clara Che.
You've heard about topspin in golf and other sports. Topspin on that one, crawled up and over the rim, down to the bottom of the net. The Friars tie it up 68-68 during that last break, Jay. We were talking about what do the Friars do? Do they go for 2? Do they, at 2 and 11, go for a 3? Possibly Nogic from three-point range. They went inside, perhaps. Creighton thought they would not go for the 2. Who knows? But huge possession right here.
Beauty of the Big East. The Blue Jays 8-5 in league play. Providence 2-11, and yet here we are, tied at 68. 10.5 seconds remaining in this game. Final timeout has been used by Jim Flannery. So what will he draw up for the Blue Jays? You have to think it's going to Jalen Agnew, a career-high 28 points today.
28 points. And let's not forget, Faber has struggled. 4 of 12 from the line, 3 of 9 from three-point range. But her confidence is sky high right now after hitting that big three moments ago.
And had the winner against Marquette last Sunday on the road. So don't be surprised if 45 in blue gets the last handle.
You know, you play a lot of teams in a situation like that. Stop the shooter, deny her the ball, make the shot tough. The problem with Creighton, there's 3 of those players on the offensive floor.
Because of the timeout, Creighton can elect to move the ball into the forecourt.
I hate this rule. I hated it in the NBA. I hate it in the college game.
Saves Creighton a couple of seconds into Agnew. Already with a career high today. Passes out to Lamberty, straight to the hoop and lays it in. 3 seconds left, timeout Jim Crawley. A huge take from the senior, Sid the Kid. Lamberty puts Creighton in front.
Well, as we mentioned, Agnew, would she get the shot? Would it be Faber with the shot? It was Lamberty, the 3rd member of that big 3. She had struggled from the field, as a matter of fact, 3 of 11 overall, but took it right to the glass, beat Jolin, who did not get any help.
3.6 seconds left. Now Providence trailing by 2. This is where that rule, you don't like it, but it really bails out the Friars here, because the 3 seconds you'd use getting it up the court, you don't have to worry about that.
We saw almost the exact same situation at the end of the first half, but the Friars had to come full court. There was a foul. Williams was fouled with 1.6 right in front of us. This time, though, they only have to go 21 feet.
All comes down to this. Friars 2-11 in league play. Looking to shot Creighton. Jolin to the hoop. 0.6 seconds left. We're tied at 70. Lamberty holds it, and we are headed to overtime in Friartown thanks to Maddie Jolin.
If ever a player deserved a double-double, it's Jolin. 16 rebounds. Now 9 points, and she'll get a chance. But look at the move. And it's fitting that the player beat was Agnew, because it was Agnew who beat Jolin down the other end. Jolin returns the favor to send this one to OT.
We're not done yet in Providence. Tied at 70. Put another 5 minutes on the clock. We'll be back on the Big East Digital Network.
Love your dress. I got it on sale for $200, but it's more like $415 since I haven't paid off that credit card yet.
That dinner was insane.
Not as insane as us spending another $173 on it this year.
New laptop? Nice.
Thanks. And with credit card interest, I'll spend an extra $1,900 on it.
No one wants to pay more for, well, anything. With a SoFi personal loan, you can lower your interest rates and pay off debt sooner. Find out more at SoFi.com.
And we've got quite the atmosphere tonight and quite the matchup. The Big East Women's Basketball Trophy awaits.
The team that is more confident tonight will walk away with that Big East trophy.
Haddeman's got a hustle. Lets it fly from half court. Yes!
This is our time. That's the Big East way. The Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
40 minutes was just not enough here. Big East Women's Basketball, a Saturday matinee, 70-70. That is where we stand with Creighton and Providence. The Blue Jays, they're used to overtime. Jim Flannery's team has played 5 overtime games this season. They're 4-1 in the extra session. And the last time they were in OT against Seton Hall, they won 17-0 in overtime.
Yeah, they certainly have the experience in OT, but the Friars hitting that buzzer beater by Jolin. They may have grabbed the momentum, and whether the experience will matter in the OT, we'll see it play out.
Momentum has swung back and forth in this game. Creighton wins the tip. We're underway in overtime. A really fun game. Providence shot 54% in regulation. The Blue Jays 44%. Tough take from Sarda. It just rims out for the freshman, but Temi will get 2 at the line. lot of confidence from that first-year player out of Clive, Iowa.
12 ties, 13 lead changes.
And excuse me, it's Faber from Clive, Iowa. Sarda from Lakeville, Minnesota.
When you're from Providence, Minnesota, Iowa really doesn't make a difference.
Just the Midwest. Missed both the freshmen from the line. Maybe some overtime nerves from the first-year player, Sarda.
That's what we were talking about. Does the experience make a difference?
Blue Jays cutting all passing lanes. Nogic takes it herself. That is an excellent take from the Serbian. Yo-Yo Nogic up to 27 points on the afternoon.
I love what we're seeing out of Nogic this afternoon. She's being denied the three, so she's taking it strong. Good help defense there by the Friars.
Yeah, Lamberty just didn't get a clean look there. Certainly not as clean as the layup to make it 70-68 before Jolin tied it up and sent it to overtime. Williams on the drive. Scoop doesn't fall. Foul called off the ball. Chanel Williams D'ing up Jalen Agnew. Reach in.
Yes, Spiewik is ready to check in. It'll be interesting to see if she's checking in for Williams, because in this type of game, in the defensive set, she's a liability.
Agnew continues her career day. Now 29 points for the sophomore. Wow. And you are right, Williams does make way for Spiewak.
Jim Crowley, a few words for Williams. Not as much, I think, for the defense as much as the drive to the hoop against a player 7 inches taller.
Tied at 72 in overtime. Jalen Agnew 10 for 10 from the free throw line. Two big makes there to get us back tied. Here's Jolin. Beautiful pass. Andrea Cooper lays it in off the window for two.
How did that pass get through? I have no idea.
If we keep playing long enough, maybe Jolin will get up to a triple-double. She's got 4 assists to add to 17 rebounds and 9 points. Getting it done in all 3 phases of this game. Temi Sarda continuing to impress on the offensive end. Ties it back at 74, 3 minutes to play.
I realize that if you're the Friars, you don't want to give up a big three-pointer. But when's the last time offensively Creighton has taken the outside shot? They're faking it and driving every time.
Nogic, 8 to shoot, in traffic. Nothing called. Contact in the paint. 74-74, 2:30 to play. Creighton looking to go in front.
You see the difference. Creighton is challenging those drives. The Friars are getting beaten, and they are not.
They go right back to Sarda, the freshman. This time goes down the left lane and is fouled.
I don't know if you noticed, Jay, Nogic needs a breather. She's just gasping for air right now.
She's played 36 minutes in this game. Jolin has played 39. How about some of the Creighton players? Sydney Lamberty has played all 43 minutes in this game. Jalen Agnew, 41 minutes. And the freshman, Temi Sarda, she's played 33 minutes in this game.
Yeah, Jim Crowley saw what I saw, and that is the fact that Nogic needs a breather.
How long can you afford to keep your leading scorer at 27 points on the bench, though, as Creighton takes a 2-point advantage?
Yeah, this is a small Friars team right now.
Tallest player is probably Andrea Cooper at 5'10". Here's Clara Che. Keeps the handle to Jolin. Driving on Agnew. Leaves it for Cooper. Back tied at 76. Jolin to Cooper. We've seen it 3 or 4 times today.
Is she unselfish or not?
1:40 left in overtime. We're still tied at 76 between Creighton and Providence. Agnew already with a career-high 30. They get it right to number 5 in blue. She's been the go-to. Olivia Elger behind the back, goes up, nothing there. Falls to the ground after the play, so 4-on-4 as both players sprint back into the forecourt.
See Joe in there. She knew that Spiewak was still on the floor defensively, waited for her teammate to get back so they're not going 4-on-5.
Clara Che leaves it for Cooper, lays it in, and the Friars back in front with a minute to play in overtime.
Once again off of the assist.
Filling those passing lanes, a career high. Andrea Cooper, 8 of 10 for 17 points. Agnew for 3, no good. A career day with 30 points, but does not get that 3 to fall. 12 seconds separating shot clock and game clock. Williams left alone. The layup doesn't go, but she gets her own rebound. How about the hustle from the freshman Chanel Williams?
Shot clock is off. A foul needed. There it is.
The foul on Chanel Williams. They left the lane completely open. The freshman drove it, didn't get the layup, did not give up on the play, and now the Bronx native steps to the line for 2 crucial foul shots.
She's like that fly in the middle of the night when it's pitch black and it keeps buzzing and buzzing. You can't get it.
How about all that energy? And we've played 44 minutes and 40 seconds.
I think you were talking too loud, Jay.
You can keep blaming me. That's fine. I can take it.
Well, this gym was so silent.
Yo-Yo Nogic still on the bench. Stayed silent on that one, and Williams made it. Timeout. Jim Flannery wants to talk things over. His team trailing by 3, 20 seconds left in overtime. Friars trying to cling on to a crucial Big East victory.
This is not a place that stands still. We are a community rooted in faith, nationally recognized for undergraduate research, pushing boundaries in business and healthcare education, and engaging the world, always striving to be the best in what we do. We are inspired and motivated by our outstanding students who will make their mark on the world. We stand together on the edge of our bold tomorrow, open to incredible new possibilities. This is our passion. This is the Creighton difference.
You have 4 years to help you figure out the meaning of life. Do you realize what a great gift this is?
I think of college as a moment of pilgrimage.
You'll go places you never thought you'd go. You'll meet people you never thought you'd meet. And you will experience things that are so rich that you can hold on to them forever.
When trying to save for the big things in life, we tend to start small. Less of this, cut back on that. But if it feels like a lot of effort for a little gain, change that. Start with something that makes a big difference. Your student loans. Refinancing with SoFi could save you $30,000. It's an easier way to reach your life goals sooner. We've helped over 195,000 people. We want to help you too. Find out how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
Big cities. Big names. Big legacies. Big sisters and brothers. Big ideas. Big expectations. Big stage. Big results. That's the Big East way.
The Providence Friars 22 seconds away from what would be a big upset and win for this program. Creighton 8-5 in league play. The Friars just 2-11. But Providence, Peter, has brought their A game not only for 40 minutes in regulation, but Jim Crawley's bunch has even picked it up in the extra session.
They certainly have. And it's hard to believe that this team has only won 2 games in Big East Conference play. The question is, Who takes the shot?
Well, Jalen Agnew, a career-high 30. Faber, 4 of 12. Lamberty, 3 of 12. But any of those three likely. Under 20 seconds to go. Here's Jalen Agnew. Step back three. Got it! Tied at 79 thanks to the sophomore Jalen Agnew. 33 points. Wow, what a performance.
Oh, unbelievable.
That is a big-time three from the sophomore.
And you can see, first of all, good motion. Che is not that far away. Che misses that shot by maybe a half inch. And Agnew now with 33 on the afternoon.
We've got 14.4 seconds on the overtime clock. After a huge clutch shot from Jalen Agnew. What does PC draw up in the final 14 seconds? Obviously, you hold for one.
Well, one thing is certain. Nogic is in the game.
Back into the game playing with 4 fouls. But 27 points to lead the Friars. All comes down to this. Tied at 79 in overtime. Friars looking for an upset against a Creighton team who's 8-5 in Big East play. 10 seconds remaining. Williams, the freshman. Hands off for Clara Che. Pull-up jumper. Che leaves it short. And we're headed to 2 overtimes here in Friartown.
Not a bad shot by Che. She tried to square up and just missed it off the side.
Hey, 45 minutes, not enough. Put another 5 on the clock. Creighton and Providence, a fun one here in Friartown. Stay with us.
This is not a place that stands still. We are a community rooted in faith, nationally recognized for undergraduate research, pushing boundaries in business and healthcare education, and engaging the world, always striving to be the best in what we do. We are inspired and motivated by our outstanding students who will make their mark on the world. We stand together on the edge of our bold tomorrow, open to incredible new possibilities. This is our passion. This is the Creighton difference.
You have 4 years to help you figure out the meaning of life. Do you realize what a great gift this is?
I think of college as a moment of pilgrimage.
You'll go places you never thought you'd go. You'll meet people you never thought you'd meet. And you will experience things that are so rich that you can hold on to them forever.
When trying to save for the big things in life, we tend to start small. Less of this, cut back on that. But if it feels like a lot of effort for a little gain,
this one has been so much fun, we can't let it end as we enter overtime number 2 between Creighton and Providence. He's Peter Gay, I'm Jay Alter, tied at 79. And we tip it off from midcourt for the 3rd time today. And all 3 times it's won by Creighton. Last touched by the Blue Jays, so Providence starts first in the second overtime. Peter, I've asked you a couple of times in regulation and the first overtime, but what do you look to separate these two teams? They've been so close all afternoon.
I think this one will come down to a big three-pointer. We saw one to tie the game, but the first team that hits one outside of a desperation three might end up being victorious. Creighton lost the call on that jump ball. As a coach, I almost like having the possession arrow in my favor in OT.
Good point. Agnew, a terrific afternoon, but had 2 shots at a layup and didn't hit either.
I've always felt it's crucial, if possible, to be the first team to go up by 4 or 5 points because that puts so much pressure on the opposition.
Neither team has really felt that separation for the second half. It's truly been back and forth. Clara Che flings it up, and it somehow falls for the Spanish native.
That was actually a tougher shot than the one at the end of OT. She made that one.
Che's having an excellent afternoon as well. 6 of 10, 14 points. And that one, the most crucial, it's given the Friars the lead. Sarda looking for a response, no good. Williams wants to run. It's 1-on-3, so she wisely slows it down.
This is what I talked about. If PC can score here, they're up by 2 possessions with probably about 3:08 left. Still a lot of time left. But then you get the sense, if you're Creighton, we have to score on this possession. That puts a lot of pressure on a club.
5 seconds on the shot clock. Jolin in the corner. Che has to make something out of nothing. Throws it up. No good. Left it short. Impressive. She got a shot off with 2 seconds left and nowhere to go.
Not a good possession, though.
Elger left open. Swishes it home. Olivia Elger. A 3, and Creighton back in front.
There's that three-pointer I talked about. And at the end of OT, we were looking at which player would get the shot. Elger actually has the best three-point shooting percentage on this Blue Jays squad.
82-81. Blue Jays fired back in front. 2:42 to go. Nogic spinning in the lane, can't hit. Sarda rips down the rebound. A big one for Creighton, now leading and with possession. Running down this shot clock. Defense is the chant. Nogic, a huge block. Gets the ball back to Providence.
Boy, a lot of contact there, but we're in double OT. Let them play.
You've been very happy with the officiating this afternoon.
I'll tell you, Big East officials are among the best.
Williams on the drive, a lot of contact, charges the call.
That being said, that's a tough call.
And a big one because it sends Chanel Williams to the foul line because both teams are in the bonus in the second overtime.
Now, Williams was 1 of 2 from the line late in the game. She missed the first one when you were talking. Made the second when you were not.
You were talking there, so we'll blame that on you. 1:59 to go. Creighton clinging to a 1-point lead. Blue Jays really good in overtime. They've played in it 5 times this season. They're 4-1. Williams hits on the second. Tied at 82, under 2 to play in the second overtime.
Creighton fans watching the stream saying, why weren't you guys talking just then?
Lamberty on the drive and one. The senior delivers in crunch time for Creighton.
Watch Lamberty takes it right to the hole. Jolin thought she was going to be picked on the play, was not. Had the hand straight up, but you can't let Lamberty get that close.
The free throw gives Creighton a little breathing room. 3-point lead, 85-82. Providence has battled back all afternoon. What do the Friars have left in the tank in this second overtime?
The important thing to note, if you're the Friars, you do not need a 3 this trip down.
Jolin on the drive, double teamed. Nothing called, was in traffic, lost the handle, and it's Blue Jays basketball.
Now, Jim Crowley saying you called a foul on Jolin last time down court, but this time you don't call anything. There was more contact that time.
Creighton spacing the floor beautifully. Look at that. Lamberty at the top, and all 4 Blue Jays just spread out, dribbling down this shot clock. 10 on the timer. Lamberty springs to action. Agnew on Jolin. Reverse, it almost falls. Battle for the board, won by Lamberty.
Yeah, nice job by Agnew there. Knew she could not get the shot, but needed to hit the rim, and then her teammates helped out with the offensive rebound.
45 seconds left in the second overtime. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Lamberty again uses the pick into the paint. Tough take, no good. Providence gets the stop they so desperately needed. 4 seconds separate that shot clock and game clock. Friars down 3. Williams on the drive. Tough defense, and yet Chanel Williams finds a way to get it down. Timeout taken.
And I have not seen...
It looks like Jim Crawley took a timeout and then he took a spill. Fell down.
I told you this game was intense.
All right, 20 seconds remaining. Friars down 1. Creighton basketball when we get back.
This is not a place that stands still. We are a community rooted in faith, nationally recognized for undergraduate research, pushing boundaries in business and healthcare education, and engaging the world. Always striving to be the best in what we do. We are inspired and motivated by our outstanding students who will make their mark on the world. We stand together on the edge of our bold tomorrow, open to incredible new possibilities. This is our passion. This is the Creighton difference.
You have 4 years to help you figure out the meaning of life. Do you realize what a great gift this is?
I think of college as a moment of pilgrimage.
You'll go places you never thought you'd go. You'll meet people you never thought you'd meet. And you will experience things that are so rich that you can hold on to them forever.
Love your dress. I got it on sale for $200, but it's more like $415 since I haven't paid off that credit card yet.
That dinner was insane.
Not as insane as us spending another $173 on it this year.
New laptop? Nice.
Thanks. And with credit card interest, I'll spend an extra $1,900 on it.
No one wants to pay more for, well, anything. With a SoFi personal loan, you can lower your interest rates and pay off debt sooner. Find out more at SoFi.com.
Big cities. Big names. Big legacies. Big sisters and brothers. Big ideas. Big expectations. Big stage. Big results. That's the Big East way.
Well, we've played nearly 50 minutes of basketball, and yet only 1 point separates Creighton from Providence, 85-84. Alongside Peter Gay, I'm Jay Alter. It is Blue Jays basketball, Peter. They've got some talented foul shooters. Jalen Agnew, 33 points, a career high, and she's 10 for 10 from the line. You probably don't want to see it end up in number 5's hands.
At the same time, Audrey Faber, an 85% free throw shooter on the year. Lamberty is an 82% free throw shooter, while Agnew is 75%. So among those three, she's the worst of the free throw shooters. 10 of 10, she's bound to miss. Important because Providence called the timeout. Creighton does not advance the ball into the front court.
Each team with 1 timeout remaining. Faber can run the baseline. Lamberty spins out of double coverage, and the foul comes on Olivia Elger.
And some people might be wondering, why did Providence not foul immediately? Well,
you want to try and get the steal, right?
Oh, absolutely, and they almost did have the turnover. And to the line right now is Elger. She is only a 67% free throw shooter.
Lowest percentage on the floor, so Providence, by the statistics, fouled the right person.
Now, she made the shot while you were talking.
That's an only Chanel Williams statistic.
Now, Friars fans would say it's only fair you don't talk this time. It doesn't matter with Creighton.
Got the bank there. Providence takes a 30-second timeout. That means that the Friars get to advance the ball. Trailing by 3, 87-84. 15 seconds remaining. What are you drawing up?
I'm definitely drawing up a three-point play. I wonder if they will have time to have someone like Jolin drive the lane and then kick it out to perhaps a wide open three, or whether they'll just set a screen up top or on the wing, probably for Nogic. Let's not forget, Jolin is a pretty good three-point shooter. And then, of course, you have Che, who hit the big three-pointer to give Providence the lead heading into the locker room. Both of these teams have players who are capable of knocking down a big shot.
Clara Che is the inbounder for the Friars. Yo-Yo Nogic, look out for number 11 in white. 27 points to lead the Friars, and she's the sharpshooter from 3. They get it into the junior. 10 seconds left in the second overtime. Providence needs a 3. Nogic with only 5 seconds left. She's lost the handle. Creighton's got the basketball. Sarda throws it up, and Creighton survives.
Yeah, not a good possession. Disastrous for the Friars. No screens up top. Providence, Jay, look confused.
The Blue Jays, it took 2 overtimes, but Creighton flies back to Omaha with a victory on its charter flight, 87-84, the final score. Peter Gay moving over into a position where he can get an interview with head coach Jim Flannery. What a result this is for the Creighton Blue Jays. A career high 33 points for Jalen Agnew. It took 50 minutes, but it counts all the same. Big time win for this Creighton program as they continue to fight for an NCAA tournament bid and move up the Big East standings. Battle for 3rd with Villanova. And Peter just about in position. Jalen Agnew joining the interview as well, as the Blue Jays have advanced to 9-5 in league play. Providence falls to 2-12, and we'll send it to Peter, who's standing by the winning coach and the player of the game.
Thank you, Jay. We noted during the telecast that Jim